Okay, it's preparing the live stream,
Okay.
and I'll let you know in just a moment when we're live. All right, it looks like we are live. And so, everybody, welcome to another one of our Giving Tuesday interviews today. If you didn't see my interview previously, my name is Aubrey. I am one of the registered dietitians on our Unite for Her team. And today I have with me Aleta Phelps, who was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. I would love, Aleta, for you to share, just a little bit about your story and your journey thus far, because I don't want to take any of it away from you.
Sure. Hi everyone. Thank you for having me. It is such a pleasure to be able to just talk to you and share my story. That's my grandson. I don't know if you see him, but he sees my face, so he's pointing at me. So I apologize for that. So I actually am a breast cancer survivor 3 years ago. And I thought, great, I'm out of the woods, time to get back to being healthy, because it really it took over my body. I mean, I went from being healthy to needing help, and I don't know how to ask for help. I am the type of person that I'm always helping someone. Like, my life feels incomplete if I can't help somebody else complete their life. That's just me. It's who I am. It's like woven in the fabric of my upbringing, from my mother to my grandmother. That's how we are. And so here I am now. I have a full-time career. And it just wasn't received well at the job. So like I'll bounce back off of that, but I am currently in the position where I am trying to think of how I can get some policies changed, and maybe, bring together people that so we can change some workplace laws to be stronger for people who develop different types of internal ailments. So the workplace doesn't just, I don't know, I feel like they just signaled me out. I feel like, I wasn't wanted. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. It was very weird, to say the least. But back to my story. So I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer in 2021, 3 months after my youngest son, who was 26, was murdered. So here I am trying to deal with the grief of losing a child through murder. The gun violence on streets of Philadelphia is horrendous. It's out of control, to say the least. And you never think, if you think, if you do everything right, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you keep, a good social circle, like none of this will happen to you. Well, I'm proof that it could come to your door as well. And so I was stricken with that. And then so something was happening to my body again. Now, remember, I said I had survived breast cancer 3 years ago. So it still didn't dawn on me that maybe this is cancer coming back. I thought maybe my body had went into shock from the tragedy, the trauma of my losing my son. And sorry about that. And so I went to the emergency room, and they really couldn't, they weren't helpful. They really didn't know what to do, and they kept sending me home, and then they would send me to different specialists. When I went, they sent me home and they told me to, contact my PCP. I did. They kept sending me to different specialists, and no one really knew what was going on. It was me that said, you know what, I would like to see my oncologist again. It's time for me to make an appointment to go back and see my team. They get me, if I don't have it, they'll tell me whatever. If I do, they'll welcome it and, do the test that needs to be done. So I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer in March of 2021. It is trying to rip me apart. So when I say that, I mean, I'm very independent, as I've said before, and it interfered with my ability to walk, stand, sit, play, just basic functions of life, of what a human being needs to take care of themselves when they live independently. I am a single woman. So I live alone, and I don't have anybody that can share the chores or, go on errands for me. And then my workplace, here we go. So I already feel like I don't want to tell them because I know how it was received the first time that I had breast cancer. So I'm feeling like, I don't know, should I share this with them? Should I keep this to myself? Um, I didn't know what to do, but I know I needed help and I needed support and I needed understanding, because there were days that I couldn't make it into work and I didn't want to lose my job. I'm 51 years old. I don't really think I'm ready for disability. My soul does not tell me that I'm ready for disability. My mindset does not tell me that I'm ready for disability. My body is calling for it, but me and my body, we argue, and I normally win, but she puts up a good argument. So yeah, so I was connected to Unite for Her through my nurse navigator, Melissa Hutchison from the Fox Chase Cancer Center. And let me tell you how being in touch with you guys, Unite for Her, has helped me. I may not be able to pinpoint every service that I've received from you, but I can say the support is just, oh my God, it's unlimited. It just keeps flowing. Even just down to a phone call from someone saying, hey, Aleta, we were just thinking about you and wanted to know how you were doing. I mean, that would be like the highlight of my month. That would get me going, along with some of the other things in my life that I needed to integrate that, I have the power to keep pushing, so I never want to come off as, the victim. I always want to be, I want to be able to share my story so that, others can see what I'm going through. If they're going through it, whether we connect with one another or not, they'll know that they heard from Aleta Phelps that metastatic breast cancer is hard, and sometimes you don't have support in your own immediate family and circle of friends, and organizations like Unite for Her are so needed. So needed. I'm sorry. Give me a second, baby. Here, let me turn your game on. Are so needed. So one of the services that I am receiving now from Unite for Her are the grocery gift cards. And it's like gold to me because if you remember me saying I am not making a full pay. I've reduced my work hours. I am on FMLA, so I may make it into work 2 to 3 days a week. Now, I've been with this company for 14 years. So going from 70 hours a week to 35 hours or 25 hours and trying to figure out what bills can I chip out of this paycheck, and oh wait, I still need to eat, right? And need to eat healthy. And sometimes, the supermarkets, you can't go in there and say, hey, I have metastatic breast cancer. I need your healthy options and I need a discount. It just does not work like that. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be so
Yeah.
terrific, right? If it did.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, Aubrey, and to all of you who do, donate and keep the service going. I know from my standpoint, I appreciate it so much. I can't express to you. Let me take my glasses off. I want you to see, because I don't want to cry, but I want you to understand how much it helps me to know that I won't go hungry. I can have options. Um, it's so easy. You call me, we talk. I get sent the gift card in the mail. It arrives. I'm able to go to the market. Now it's $75. Some people would say the price of living is going up and groceries are so expensive. But you know what? I needed to get on a better meal plan. I needed to get on a better regimen. I needed to be more disciplined in my eating and my nutrition intake. So it kind of helped me. I looked at that $75 as like a starting point. It's my budget. It's my healthy budget. I know that I cannot go into the market and get any meals for those days when I'm feeling like bummed out, or depressed, or just doing that comfort eating. It just helps me stay on the right track as far as my nourishment. I'm going straight to the produce and I'm buying veggies and fruits, and and it just helps me stay on track. To be an adult and to admit that you don't have all the answers when it comes to what your dietary intake should be, it's embarrassing somewhat, right? Because I'm 51, I should know what I should be consuming, and pretty much I do. But over the years, we're spoiled. We want what we want when we want it, right? But no, So this gift card, it just helps me stay on track. So it's not just a $75 gift card. To me, it's like, I don't know, it's my portal into healthy eating options. It gives me, the budget that I need, that I so look forward to. And amazingly, it's all I need. It gets me through the month. I'm fed. You guys see my grandson, he eats some of those fruits and vegetables. I don't even know where to stop, because I could
Yeah.
go on forever, Aubrey. I am just so in awe of the services from Unite for Her. And, I pray that I, live to see the day where I'm healthy again and they come out with a cure for metastatic breast cancer. And I'm able to get back to work full time so that, my bank account can grow again. And I too can give back to others who needed the service just like I need it now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that, Aleta. I feel like you gave us a really great picture of kind of, where you were coming from and, this diagnosis and how it changed and how you were able to, move forward with this support system that maybe you didn't find outside of the Unite for Her community. But that's one of the great benefits of Unite for Her, is providing this community and this support. Sometimes we need that additional support. And like you said, one of the services that you have been advantaging is those grocery gift cards. And for some people, it's that step to get them to the grocery store, to get those healthy foods, to get those groceries, to get those fruits and veggies, those foods that are going to nourish you. That's just one of the many, many services we have at Unite for Her. We have complementary therapies like acupuncture and massage and meditation and Reiki. We have meal delivery services, we have produce delivery and pickup, we have fitness. So we have all of these complementary services because we know, you have your medical team, but then you need those other things, you need those other things to nourish your soul.
I apologize for interrupting you, but I've been able to benefit from some of each of one of the services that you have mentioned. Yes.
Good.
And
Well,
otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to afford it out of pocket. So no, it goes a long way.
Yeah. And with our women and men diagnosed with metastatic disease, that passport is renewing. It is continually renewing. And so they receive the passport, which is $2,000 worth of these complementary services. And for those diagnosed with metastatic cancer, we know that's a continued process. You're going to continue receiving treatments. And so we continue that passport and it renews. So you continue to get those $2,000 of services. We're supporting over 5,000 folks this year, and we are so happy to be able to support so many. 2,000 of those are with metastatic disease, and so that's a renewing passport, a recurring passport that we're able to provide to them. And these services, like Aleta has said, can just be such a lifeline during this time. And I really appreciate, Aleta, you sharing all of this information, how it's touched you. Is there anything you would want to leave in part with anybody who's watching, any quotes that have gotten you through, or anything you just want to share, as an end bit?
I feel bad, Aubrey, because it's so many people that have been in touch with me. I'm horrible with names, and it's great to put a name to your face. Such a great treat to meet you face to face. But no, to the donators, to the contributors, if there was ever any doubt in your mind as to is this service benefiting anyone, if there was ever any doubt, you see me right here. It's a great benefit to me in my life. Not just the card, as Aubrey mentioned, some of the other services. And I have to admit that I haven't engaged in a lot of the services. I've done the meditation. I haven't done any of the acupuncture or the Reiki, and I would like to start getting into that. As I get healthier and I get stronger in my ability to mobilate and get around, I'm sure I will. What I am looking for now is maybe some type of aqua therapy. And I guess I'll talk to, you guys about that, but that would help me because it's hard for me to walk. It's hard for me to stand for long periods of times. I mean, the knees and the hips they just will not allow it, but I'm going to keep arguing with my knees and my hips and my body. I just won't let them win right now. But yeah, so I just want to say to the donators, if it was ever any doubt in your mind, if these services help people, here I am. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I appreciate them. I know the next person that receives them, hopefully they will appreciate them, and hopefully this service will be able to, generate more wealth, so it can touch more people's lives. So I don't know, so that they can have the experience that I'm having, because being by yourself and not feeling like you really have a big support team, and knowing that Unite for Her and its team members really care. They don't just say they care, they really do care, because they don't know me, they never met me, and they're so kind to me. I mean, this is my first time seeing Aubrey face to face, but when we talked on the phone, I think we've talked, what, twice, Aubrey, maybe 3 times. I look forward to her calls. It's a breath of fresh air to know that someone, she doesn't have to, cares enough about me to check in, to make sure I'm okay, to see what I need. I could go on. I'm a talker, so I can have you guys on this phone forever, but I do want to just let you know that the services are greatly appreciated and they are greatly needed. So if you can help as many people as you can help.
Well, thank you so, so much, Aleta, again, for sharing. We so appreciate you, and we are by your side, at Unite for Her. We are by your side. And that is all what today and Giving Tuesday is about, is these stories by their sides. And so we're so glad to have you, and so glad to hear your story and to continue supporting you. I think I just saw I have a call with you next week, so I'm excited to chat with you again soon.
Yes.
But we so appreciate your time today. And for everybody watching, if you're engaged and would like to donate, you can use the link below. You can visit our website. You can share this information with those, your company, your friends, your family, to donate today on Giving Tuesday. 100% of what you donate will be given to Unite for Her. So we hope that you're able to participate. And if you want any information on us or any of our services or anything available, please visit uniteforher.org, and we're happy to help. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, Aleta.
You are so welcome. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you.